Hello everyone, welcome back to another session. We'll start from where we left off last time. And let me know if you can hear me. Good morning. Okay, perfect. Let's continue. So this is what we did last time. The home screen, home tab is done. Let's work on the explore tab now. We'll complete each tab and then we'll focus on the rest of the screens which are required, like a player screen and podcast screen, episode screen maybe. Yeah, so we'll work on those later on. We'll complete the tabs first. Okay, so what we'll do here is we'll add search bar and the grid view of categories, like a different categories in here, and you can just search whatever you want to search. Plus we'll add some kind of filters, like specific, if you want to just search into the specific category, or maybe you already have it, the grid view with all the categories, then user can just go into that specific category and search inside that as well. We'll just show all the categories and search bar, that's it, and user can search through the whole podcast library. I think that's the best way to do it. Well, let's get started. Now before we get started, let's have some words from our client. Now this is not usually how I do it. we have like a designer designing the whole thing and all that kind of stuff, but this is a challenge, so we'll do everything on the go, which is more fun and exciting. Okay, so let's go to some design reference websites like Dribble. Okay, let's find something. For the search screen, some inspiration. We need search bar. We can put all the categories, maybe some recommendation based on their search history, something like that. Okay, so we don't have that kind of screens in most of the designs. They're just focusing on player, home screen, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, we got something. Wait, let me show you. So what we'll do is we'll create a search bar there and some recommendations, and we'll have all the... Wait, give me a moment. Let me grab my drawing tablet so I can draw it for you. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I think you can see the screen now. So this is what the search screen will look like in the Explore tab. This tab will have some kind of search bar in here and some recommendations in here. And then all the categories in here, like in a grid form. The text, subtitle, and some kind of recommendations, and the cards, and user can swipe left or right to view some recommendations based on their search history and the categories in which they can just click and go there. In the home screen we have a top categories, and in here we'll have all categories. Here will have the search bar. So when user clicks on that, there will be search delegate, which will have the search history as well as they can type there and will have the search results. So we'll also have to design that screen. So how that will look like, let's see. This is for clear all. This is where user will type. This is how maybe we can use this kind of a list view with the image and the name of the podcast, or we can create like a grid view again. Podcast image, name of the podcast, author. We can do any one of these, or we can do both. We can just put an option here like a grid view or a list view. User can change the view based on their preferences, but then it will be much more complicated. Like we need to do it 2 widgets, but I think we can do that too. So yeah, we should keep this search delegate as simple as possible, because at the end of the day this is just going to be a temporary view while user is searching. When user press the cross or go back, this Explore tab will be shown again. But let's see what we can do. So this is the search tab or the Explore tab. Now let's talk about download. Download will be very simple. Downloads, and here will show only episodes that you have downloaded. Episode cover art, episode title, author, and or the podcast name, the duration of that episode maybe, and a play button. And user can swipe it left or right to delete. from downloads. We can do the same for all the downloaded podcasts. What do you think about it? And last thing is a profile tab. Now in the profile we don't have much of the options yet. I don't think there will be any more options in the future, but let's just say profile. Now here we'll have the user's initials, their name, their email address, either initials or their profile picture. And we'll grab these information from Google sign in or Apple sign in. That's the way to authenticate the users in this app. So that's how you'll be able to create an account. And then we'll have some kind of list view with some kind of settings. For example, we don't have a change password because you don't have that option. You don't have to enter password anywhere. You don't have to do that. We can just provide logout, delete account, theme like light or dark. Maybe we can put the switch, which you can move it left or right to turn it on and off, the light or dark theme. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it for the profile. Let me know in the comments if there is something that I should add or something that I'm missing. For any of the tabs, profile, downloads, or explore. Also, people who are watching after can also drop their thoughts in the comment section below after live is ended, like a pre-recorded live, and those who are live watching right now can suggest in the live chat. Theme change is there. They can change it like a dark theme, and there will be the switch on or off. If they turn it on, then it will be dark. If they turn it off, it will be light theme, something like that. Yeah, we can do that. Push notifications, they can disable or enable the push notifications. Like if they don't want to receive any notifications, they can turn it off and will not send them any notification from our side. And maybe we can provide edit profile if we want. I don't really see any use of edit profile because no one is gonna see your profile except you, so I don't think it's a useful feature. We'll rearrange these things. I'm just putting everything right now in here, but this is not how it will end up because I will have to rearrange these stuff and reorganize it in proper UI. But this is just a basic idea of how we'll do it. Same goes for the downloads and explore. Okay, so let's get started with the search and the explore functionality. We'll have to add a search bar, recommendations, and some categories, and then we'll work on the search delegate. This is our task to get it done on the session 1 of day 3. We'll complete this, and in the next session of the day 3, we'll have 2 sessions today, so we'll complete the downloads as well as profile. So all the tabs will be done today. This is our goal for today. So let me put this on the full screen and we'll start coding now. Okay, let's add our column, section header, explore. Let's go to the explore tab. Okay, wait, we need to change a few things. We need to add a safe area like we did in here, as well as single child scroll view. So let's add that thing. So now it's inside the safe area, as well as a single child scroll. We will need to add the padding into the scroll view to remove the constant. Let's import the required packages, and I think this is it. Now let's create a section. Explore. Inside explore we have okay, search bar section, and now what we'll do is we'll get this thing from here. We'll have a search bar, not a search bar, search bar section. Yeah, so we have the search bar section, and let's remove the placeholder, and let's have column again in here. Let's import these things. So now we have that. Now we'll need one more section, as we decided, recommendation section and category section. So there are 3 sections in this tab, so let's create them. Recommendation section, okay, let's save this. Let's have categories section, perfect. Now let's import and add these 2 in the explore screen. Recommendation section and categories section. I think that's it. Now let's focus on adding the design in those sections. Yeah, let's start working on those sections one after another. Let me add these things in the column because we need to keep everything properly aligned. Okay, let's remove the placeholders from the other sections. Instead, let's just put empty containers for now, so we don't see that cross square box thing, you know. Yeah. So now we have everything cleaned up. All we need to do is to just work on this file. Perfect. Now let's check the design again. We have Explore, we'll have the search bar. So we have the Explore. Now instead of Explore, we'll just say, oh, I think we should keep it as an Explore. Let's create a container and create a text field inside it. Text field. Now we have the text field here. Now again we are using column here, so we need to fix the alignment. Let's add the box decoration in the container to design our own text field. We'll start with a red color as a temporary color, of course, to see how much area our search field is occupying on the screen. As well as we'll remove the input decoration from the text field because we want to design our own thing. We don't need any kind of borders, so let's remove them. Yeah, border, input border, none. So the blue line from the bottom is now gone. And now let's add the border radius. Dot circular 360 radius. Let's import package that we're using for the responsiveness. Now let's add some more padding. From horizontally, we'll add a 16 SP, or even more if needed. For example, let's add 24. Yeah. We'll change it if it's not good in future. I think that's it. We have our search field. Now let's change the color. Gray, shade 100. Let's see, 200. I think 200 is enough. Don't want to go more darker. Let's add margin, edge inset, symmetric, or maybe only from top. 15 SP. That's enough. We'll also need to add some bottom margin. We'll add it like maybe 30 SP for now. And now we'll add a hint. So now we have the hint, search, dot, or maybe we can type something else. I think search, dot is enough. Now let's add a prefix icon. Feather icons. Yes, I'm using feather icons instead of material because they look good. Now we don't need the horizontal padding because, yeah, do we need that actually or not? I'm now confused. Wait. Let's change the color first. let's say gray. We do need it, but a little bit less than what it's needed. And let's also remove all the padding from the text field so we can have full control over it in our container. Content padding, agent set 0. Now we have that. Another subscriber has just subscribed. Hello, hello. We have 3 viewers right now. What's up, guys? Okay, so now let's change a few more things, like the background color of the text field to see how much area it's been using. Well, let's just type something up here. So this is the text field. We need to align it. Let's say alignment center. Okay, it's not still in the center. Text vertical alignment center, and now it is centered. Now let's have some kind of padding from the end, so I think we will have to use this instead. For SP again. Okay, now let's add more padding from the right side, like maybe 8, 16. Yeah, that looks good. So we have our search bar ready. So now let's add this search bar into its own widget. Let's cut this thing up. Let's go to the widgets folder. Let's create search bar dot. We can also call it a custom search bar, because I think there is a search bar widget already in material library, and that can create naming conflicts. Custom search bar, and we'll remove this. Let's import required stuff. Now let's use custom search bar here, and we'll have a few things like controller, yeah, text editing controller, and we'll connect that with the controller. We'll remove the constant. We'll have on changed and on submitted. These two functions are useful, maybe. Yeah. Do we have on tab? Because we'll not be using this much as we think. User will not be even able to type anything in here, I believe, because we'll be using search delegate. So let's see what we can do. Let me look at some of my previous projects and how I did that, so we can, get some kind of an idea on how we can fix our problem in this specific project. because for that what I did was I just disabled the text field and I created on-click listener with a gesture detector, but I don't really think we need to do that. But if we disable this text field, then we might not be able to use this on tap. But let's see what we can do. So we don't need this controller as well. As well as let's decrease the shade. Let's just have on tap final void function on tap and I think this should do the trick. Yeah. Now we need to disable again the text field. Let's do that. Enabled false. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. So now we have this. Now we'll set up the listener, and for now let's just say debug print. Print statements are not good for the production code, so just always make sure you use a debug print instead of print. Search tab, and if now I restart the app and go to the Explorer and tap here, okay, it's not working because we disabled the field. So what we'll do is we'll wrap it with inkwell. We'll have on tab, we'll have to wrap that up here, and just remove this, and now we have this thing. Now this is interesting because you can see we have margin on the top and bottom, so we don't need that there. We can remove that margin from here and we can add that on the top, maybe using the padding widget or using container, whatever you prefer. So now we have this. Now let's add the same border radius in the inkwell. Now all we need to do is use container instead of padding, because, or let's just keep using padding and let's just wrap that with the material widget. Material, and let's copy this color and make it transparent now, and let's add the same border radius in there. Now you can see we have the ripple effect when user clicks on that. So that's how we created this thing. And also you can see in the console when I tap this, it's a printing search tab. So I think that's it for now. We'll work on this function later to open the search delegate. Let's work on the other sections now. Now let's remove the unused imports. Let's do some cleanup again. Don't have any problems, which is good. Always keep your code base clean. I've seen many people, including myself in past, have done this mistake. Like, I'll clean that up at the end of the project, but when you reach at the end of the project, the code is mess. You can't do anything about it, and if you had to do it, it will take a lot of time and a lot of efforts. So just keep cleaning up your code while you are coding the project from start to end, which will help you a lot. Now we have the sections. We have the models, we have mock data, we have screens, we have small widgets in their own folder, we have utilities. Utilities just have this thing right now, but we'll add more stuff later. Okay, so now we'll also need to do one more thing, which is theme, light and dark theme. We can do that once we'll start working on that theme switching thing, you know, where we'll switch the theme from the profile tab. We'll work on that at that moment, so it's done all together. Now let's work on the next section. Next section is a recommendation, so let's get started. Let's close the search bar section. This is all it is in the search bar section. Let's go to the recommendation section, and let's again add column, children's, main axis alignment, start, cross-axis alignment, now let's add a section header. Do we need section header here? Yeah, let's just keep it for the design symmetry. Okay, we have some spelling mistakes. Let's fix it. Recommended. So instead of recommendation, we can just say recommended, which sounds more cool. Okay. Now, let me show you some screenshots that I have for that specific section. So this is how we are going to implement the recommended section. Actually, wait, let me get a few more things. Okay, perfect. So we have the recommended as we have here. We'll have view all button, and then we'll have the card will have the name of the podcast or the name of the episode. I'm not sure. What should we do? Should we just recommend the podcast or the specific episodes, as well as the name of the author or the name of the podcast? If it's episode name here, then that will be the name of the podcast, but if it is the name of the podcast, then this will be the name of the author. And same goes for this cover image. If it is a podcast, then the cover image of the podcast. If it's an episode, cover image of an episode. So let's create this design first, and then we'll decide what should we put up here. Okay, so let's add a view all up here first of all. So let's put this thing in the row. I think we did similar thing in the home tab in the top category. So let's go to the sections, home, top category section, and we have that row here. So let's copy this row, paste it up here, remove the constant. Let's import the view all button. Let's import this screen for now. Recommendation or recommended. Let's come back. Hello. Thank you. Now here we have like a view all. It's not aligned in center with the top categories and also not aligned with the recommended, but I think it's cool. Like, it will be above the list. So yeah, now let's have that list. What should we use now? Well, let's just use the list view dot separated builder. Let's have scroll direction, axis horizontal, and let's just use the mock data for the podcast. So what we'll do is I'm just gonna say podcast dot length separator builder will have sized box, width will be 15 sb, so that will be kind of space between two cards. You think so? Okay, we'll align it into center. Let's have it in center and let's see how it looks. This is how it looks like in the center. Yeah, you're right. We can use it that way as well. Where is the top category section? Let's do the same for there as well. And now, oh, oops. Now that we have this widget, like, we can just reuse this. So let's just create, or we can just go to the section header and let's add an optional field or optional button. Yeah, we can just simply say, we can just add the optional function void on tap view all. Now let's just add a condition in here. If, or let's just say on tap view all is null. Yeah, let's make it nullable and let's remove it from the required, so user can optionally declare it. Okay, so now if it's null, then only text will be shown, or if it's not null, then we'll just show the row. So we can reduce the code as well as don't need the, okay, let's import a view all button, and instead of this definition we can just say on tap view all. That's all we need. If it's null, then well, then we'll just pass an empty function. And I think this should do the trick. Now what we can actually do with this is that we only need a section header, and we can just copy this on tap and we can just remove this whole row from this. Perfect. Now let's just say like this. So we still have that button, but we have less code, and we have that view all on tap in the section header itself. So we are reusing that widget, and wherever we used the section header, like featured, top categories, trending episodes, we only have the view all button if you define on tap view all function. If you don't define that, then you will not have that option anyways. So that's cool. Reusing code, trying to write as much as less code possible. The less code, the better the software it is. I heard that code from somewhere. I don't know who said it, but you can just Google it. Yeah, someone say that code. I don't remember who. So now let's just cut this thing up again. Let's just say on tab. Yeah. Now remove it from the row. We have the section header. Now if we come to the Explorer, remove this and let's restart the app one more time. Okay, so we have the error now. Okay, I know why. We need to add shrink wrap because we already have the scroll controller defined in the Explorer tab screen. Okay, and as well as we need a physics, never scrollable physics, and this should do the job. Okay, it's not. Okay, I believe we need to wrap this an expanded or flexible widget. Let's have a proper look at it, the error message, and let's see. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need not to use this. We need to wrap this with the container. We can define the height 150 sp. And do we need container? Yes, we do need. We'll need to add margin only bottom 30 sp. Okay, push-ups. Keep it up, man. That's so much. Too many. 70 is like it's too many push-ups, man. Keep it up, keep it up. You do that while I do this. This is my kind of workout. Yeah. So now we have view all here, but we still have the issues for the recommendation. Main exercise, let's set it to the minimum. And there we go. Now we have it. Now let's create a card. So let's go to the widgets and let's say recommendation card or item. Let's use that. Okay, where are you from? It's 9 AM. What's your location? Don't give me the exact location, but like this container and Let's have the red container and some hard coded we are from India. We are the app dev studio located in India. We create apps. You know that. If you don't, that's fine. Okay. Now let's increase the width up to 100 or even more. 150. And I think we don't need height because we have height defined already here. Now let's add some padding in here. Sets only top. That's cool. Nice. What do you do actually? Are you also a programmer? Okay. Is the border radius. Now we need to make this scrollable because yeah, I just added the physics. Never scrollable, so we need to remove that. Or not, did I? Okay, this is the top category, it's not here. Recommendation, yep. I need to remove this as well as this so we can scroll it. This is how the recommendations will look like. The layout of the recommendations, we are still working on it. The design, the look. Now we can have final string title. Started to generate with AI. Nice. Yeah, that's true. 20%. The rest is logic and problem solving. That's cool. 13. I started when I was 15 and I'm 21 right now. But I didn't go to any university. I learned myself. I don't have a degree. Just drop out, you know. I have my business. That's cool. What kind of business are you doing related to the programming, but like what? like to know more about it. That's cool. We got someone here like us. You are part of the club, man. Like the passion programmers, you know, the people who really crazy enough to think they can change the world. The Steve Jobs marketing, learning to leading team, communication skills, customer support. Okay, now, yeah, that's cool. See, we are like-minded people. That's really cool, man. Keep it up. Cool, man. You can connect with me on a Twitter. You can share your progress with me. I would like to see what you're working on. Maybe we can help each other. Yep. Okay, let's take a 2 minutes break for the water and the other stuff. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I just noticed one thing, the background is not white, so let's do that first. Let's go to these screens. Let's change the background color to white. Now this is more visible. Now let's have the image. Do you use a Twitter? Are you still there? Let me drop my Twitter link. Wait, let me share the link of my account. There you go. It's that's my personal username, and yeah, that's a company's account. Like I have two profiles, one for my company account and one is my own personal. Okay, one of my team member needs my help. Let me quickly help him. Log in to that. Wait. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm also starting the X account. Like I was also not active much, but like yeah, just recently upgraded the account to the premium, like a Twitter Plus or the I don't know, Twitter Premium. No, it's under verifications. Once it's verified, I'll have the blue tick on both accounts, and I'll start posting more about the business, just like you said, marketing, sales, and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm learning that too. Let me follow you back. Okay. That project is still let me turn off my microphone because I'm talking to one of my colleague. Okay guys, I'm back. Hello, we have a new subscriber. Just back, helping a colleague. I think now he's good to go. Let me get back to our project. Okay, so now let's get back. I'm not on Twitch, not on Twitch yet, not streaming on Twitch yet, just streaming on YouTube right now. But yeah, I'm thinking about it, that I can just go and stream on Twitch as well. Okay guys, so let's continue. Let's define the size. Let's have the max width available for that specific. Okay, now we have some alignment issues and the size issues. How will fix that? Well, we can do one thing, I believe. Okay. Let me think what we can actually do. Somehow we need to define let's try to solve this problem. And this is what image widget looks like. We're using cache network image with a clip rect, which basically clips the image like a border radius or something like that. let's copy that. Let's move that up in here. Let's have the size. Now let's focus on height first of all. Image widget, sorry, not an image widget, but we can go to recommendation. Yeah, you can use this height, 180 sp, and width should be, I don't know, let's see, what is the width we have? Okay, so we don't have any definite width because some images are small, some are larger, so we need that as well. So let's define the width in here, which will be 100 sp just for testing purposes, and let's just say 100 sp. Okay, that's way too less. Let's again go for 180. 180. I don't think we need the size anymore. Do we need? Okay, now somehow we want to occupy all the available space in the container. Only the available space. That doesn't mean the space which is occupied by the text or the subtitles. So we think that can be done with this. Image. Now this is not something that can be solved directly with the image widget. We might need to rewrite one more widget to make this thing possible. Yep. We are actually creating something like this. Let's open the reference design again. Okay, so we have the square, same height, same width. We're not gonna copy the shadow because we don't have shadow anywhere in the app, so it will look different and odd, will not match the symmetry of the design. So we'll have this and this. So we do have the square defined up in here. So it is a square, but image is not a square. We need image to be a square. So let's define the size. Width can be 180 sp, but height cannot be, because then the text and all that stuff will be gone. So for example, we can do this, and also we don't need that much spacing. 80. Okay, so we need to increase the overall height. 80 plus 50, 230. Let's increase that. 180, 150. Yeah, so now we'll just go back where we have used this. We'll need to fix this. Two 230. Now let's add this text style to this font size. Let's see what works and what does not. Weight can be 600. Black color, and let's reduce the weight to 500 up here and have a gray color. I think that looks good. What do you think about it? Okay, so we are done with a recommended section. Now let's focus on categories. Now there are still a few dynamics for this screen that I think we need to consider. Okay, I think that's it. Let's just move on. But before we go, let's commit the code changes and push it to the GitHub. Search bar recommended done. Search bar end recommended section done from explore tab. Yeah, that's good enough description. Let's commit and let's sync the code. Let's stop the app and let's restart. Okay, so we'll end our first session in maybe 30 minutes because now we have only a few things to do, and then we'll come back again in an hour or two and we'll complete the profile tab and downloads again. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting to see the app come to life. Let me know if you want to download the builds to test it on your device. Like Android users can download this. Sorry for the iOS users because cannot share it. Android users still can test this on their Android devices. Okay, now let's complete the rest of the thing, which is a category. So let's go to the category section, explore category section. Now instead of using, okay, now we'll need a column because of the section header. Section header, and let's add categories. Now we have the gap, which is a bit more So let's go back and let's reduce it to 240, which is good. Okay, now let's have grid view. Yeah, grid view builder, and we'll have a sliver grid delegate with a maximum or like fixed cross access count, which will be 2, I guess. Yeah, 2 is good enough. And now let's say item count. We'll have categories dot length. Let's say category item, categories, index, and let's have a shrink wrap. Scroll direction is good. We just need to add a physics, and now we have these categories. Now we need to fix one last thing, which is the aspect ratio of the box, as well as spacing, the main spacing, main axis spacing, which should be 15 SP, and cross also less than 15. Let's see, how does it look like? Well, that looks good. We also need to align the category and to start. We need to add padding here, only top 15 SP. We have some space there. Now let's go to the category item and let's reduce the size based on the aspect ratio. Now, how do we do that? Well, we have to write it here. Aspect ratio. I don't know. Let's just try something like this. Let me go to that. Okay. Let's see. 4:2. That also looks good, but we can reduce it. What do you think about it? Should I reduce it or should I just keep it like this? Also, let me reduce some spacing. One by 3. Sorry. Does this look good? I think it is. I think we did it. The Explore tab is done. What do you guys think about this? Let me share the screenshot with my client for the feedback. Let me increase the size and ask him again about the categories. Let's see. If you want to work with us, just schedule a call with me. We'll see if we can help you with your project, and if you're a good fit for us, and if we are a good fit for you, then we'll have another call. You can go to our website, you can go to the book a call option and book a call with me, like a 30-minute call, and I will understand your problems and we'll see how we can fix it, even if we can fix it or not. If we can, we'll see if we are a good fit. Just go down to the description, I have the website link there. You can schedule a call with me. If you are a Flutter developer or aspiring Flutter developer, want to learn, then you can go to our channel, and inside a channels tab on our channel you can see a lot of YouTubers, really famous and good people who can teach you for free. Let me show you one more time. Let's just say you went to our channel, right? Now you can just go to the channels. Now these are really good people, really good content, for the Flutter. Like heyflutter.com is also like the Jonas Mike. This person posts really good content for the beginners. This is not for absolute beginners. Basically, they have the tutorials on specific features, like for example how to implement a video player, in-app purchases. This is not a paid shout out, guys. I personally learned from him when the channel name was Jonas Mike and he had like a 10k subscriber, I guess 10k or 7k. I have subscribed to him since so long. And for beginners, you can also go to the Flutter map. He has really cool beginner tutorials, and also he has some paid course, but I don't really think if you are absolute beginner you should just directly purchase that course. You can just explore the Flutter first of all, and then you can decide if you want to go for a paid course, but you can definitely look at his free videos. And another cool guy, Robert and Tadas. These people are also really good. Like they don't teach the Flutter regularly, but like the cool projects they have regarding Riverpod, Flutter, and Firebase. So cool. Like go and watch them. Robert also has his own course on Flutter. You can go and check that out. Flutter Explain, these two guys, well, guy and a girl, these two people really makes really good content. Like I have watched some of their Dart tutorials for the web server and sockets with the web, with the Dart, sorry, yeah. So yeah, that's good. And the Reso Coder, if you want to learn the unit testing, app testing, Riverpod 2.0, and domain driven development with the Flutter and Firebase, you can check out his playlist. It's also good. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. We have another subscriber. Welcome to the channel. I will be posting more content on Flutter. If you just really want to learn, you can just comment down below what you really want from me. I can teach you, definitely. So guys, this is a progress so far for the people who just joined the party. You can see this is what we built in past 3 sessions, and this is what we have built in today's session. Now we'll work on this and these 2 tabs in the next session. I think that's it for this session. Okay, let's have some like a 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'll wait for that amount of time before we end the stream. If you have any questions, just drop it in the live chat. I would like to help you guys, even if you are learning, want to know from where you can learn, and also want to know how many people are coming to the Flutter conference India. The biggest Flutter conference in India is happening on the 9th December. You can go and get the tickets if you want. And whatever I'm saying right now on the live, no one is sponsoring any kind of stuff. I'm just saying because I like to do those things. Okay, so we created this. Let me close a few applications that I'm not using. Okay, looks like we have the music stopped in the background. Let's turn on the music. Okay, I think now it's on. Perfect. Let's commit these changes. Let's generate a build apk release, and I'll put the apk in the description and comment section. If you guys want to try it out, you can, and I'll share it with the client. Let me get confirmation from him if I can just share the apk with you guys. I'm not sure. Okay, we have the apk file. Now let's upload this file. By the way, this apk is only valid for 24 hours. I mean, this link that I'm gonna share with you. Here we go, guys. You can also download the Android APK build of our current progress using that link if you want, but before I share it with you, I'm gonna share it with my client so he can download it first before you, because that's my priority. Flutter build IPA release. Let's build it for iOS and let's stop running the app now. This is the app we have in the simulator. Then we also have to work on a login screen with the authentication. We'll have Google sign in and Apple sign in. That's all we're gonna have it. And we'll have the app logo, app name, some kind of features of the app, like a single screen for the authentication, you know, as minimal as possible and as professional as possible. That's what client wants, and that's what we're gonna create it. Okay, no questions, people are just watching. Anyways, let's have the iOS build distributed to our clients. Let's close everything now. We'll be back after the break. Let's generate the build for development distribution to the team members using Xcode archive. Okay guys, if you want, you can download the build. Let me pin this comment, you know, live chat. I'm not sure if I actually oops, pressed the wrong button. Let me add this in the description instead of comment section so other people can also download it if they want. Export, let's say IPA replace it, and here we go. Okay, let's go to the YouTube studio and let me add it here. Today's progress. Android APK build, and save it. Now you'll be able to see the link in the description. Just to refresh the stream. Now let's upload the iOS build, which I can share with my clients. Let's go to the there is that build that we generated. Okay, let me upload this now. Okay guys, I think that's it. We'll see you in the next session today itself. In an hour or hour and a half, we'll continue this project. Okay, see, we have someone who is testing it on their Android device. That's what we created in this few days. That's just a static UI. People understand that it's just a static UI. We'll make it functional once we have the UI done. Like, just focusing on the UI first. Once UI is ready, we'll add a functionality, and then app will be on the App Store and Play Store. So yeah, very excited for you guys to test the app once it's out in the App Store and Play Store. If you want to follow along with the journey of the development, then subscribe and turn on the notifications so whenever I start streaming, you can see me building this app, you know. And once it's ready, we're all gonna test it together by downloading it, installing it on our phones. Okay, thank you so much for joining. Stream is ending soon. Few more seconds and then we'll meet each other in an hour. I'm just taking break, lunch break, you know.